Now, from Kansas City's breaking news leader, this is 41 Action News.
Good morning. The woman rescued from a house fire in critical condition. Live firefighters say it took extra time to reach her.
And concerns for Chevy, the problems facing dealers to stop selling the Cruze.
And soccer fever, a preview of today's key game and how some people are hoping to get out of work to watch it.
Good morning, or should I say 早上好? I'm Zhao Shen.
What did you just say to me?
That's right, Patrick. He smells.
I need a translator. By the way, I'm Patrick Fazio. It's been a while.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome back.
Nice to meet you. Thank you. Thank you.
For 2 weeks, she was in China,
Yep,
so welcome back from
I landed
vacation.
about 4 hours ago at KCI.
This will be an interesting morning show. Stay tuned for that. We'll have that, much more news. But first, let's go over to Kaylee Dion for a look at the forecast.
Hello, it's nice to have you back. And the forecast, not too bad. It's a very summer-like forecast today. One thing that we are watching here this morning is thunderstorms off to the north and west of us. You see them just to the west of Russell. That is pushing to the south and east. Now, they may just scoot to the south of us, head toward Wichita, but we're going to have to watch this complex of storms through the morning to see if they move into some of our western counties. So keeping my eye on that this morning. Also, our temperatures that are in the upper 60s, low 70s, mainly in the 70s. So St. Joseph, you're sitting at 72 degrees, 70 in Lawrence, 71 in Lee Summit, and 68 degrees in Olathe. Let's look at that day planner here for the day today. We will be sitting near average, right around 86 degrees, but that chance of showers and thunderstorms increases as we head into the afternoon. If we miss this complex of storms this morning, really what we're watching for is just pop-up storms. So just grab that umbrella to have it with you. Patrick.
All right, thank you, Kaylee. This morning, one woman is in critical condition after a house fire in Kansas City. The fire broke out last night near North Fleet Road and 54th Terrace in East Kansas City. Medics performed CPR after firefighters rescued the woman from the home. Firefighters say a possible hoarding situation kept them from getting inside right away.
New this morning, police arrested a man after a chase on I-70. Before 11 o'clock, he hit the median, spun out, and went over the guardrail. You see the damage it did there to his SUV. The vehicle ended up on the entrance ramp at Jackson Road. The man was okay, but police did take him into custody.
A Missouri death row inmate is now asking for an independent clemency review. Right now, John Middleton's execution is scheduled for July 16th. Middleton wants the independent panel, saying Missouri Governor Jay Nixon can't be impartial in ruling. Nixon was the state's attorney general when Middleton stood trial and was convicted of killing 3 people back in 1995. And that botched execution in Oklahoma is now sparking a lawsuit. A group of death row inmates want to stop executions in the state. The lawsuit claims the teams carrying out executions lack the knowledge, plans, and supplies. The state is now reviewing the lawsuit.
A same-sex marriage ruling in Utah is on hold, and this one could impact Kansas. A federal appeals court in Denver upheld a lower court ruling striking down Utah's gay marriage ban. The ruling does apply to Kansas because this particular appeals court also covers our state. The Kansas Attorney General's office told us, quote, "It is clear this will not be the last word on this subject." Lawrence leaders are ignoring a state law just days away from taking effect. Starting on July 1st, Kansans can carry concealed knives with them. An ordinance in Lawrence bans certain ones. Well, commissioners decided they will not take the ordinance off the books, even though the state law overrides it.
Taxpayers have to pay to fix some vandalized signs in KCK. Vandals tagged the I-35 sign near Rainbow Boulevard. You might have noticed that. Well, it will cost $1,500 to repair it. Last summer, KDOT spent about $8,000 to fix vandalized signs near Southwest Boulevard. KDOT is on the lookout for political signs along highways as we move closer to election season. You can't place any political signs on the side of highways. Workers will remove any signs they find. Owners can only get them back if they promise not to put the signs on the highway again. And Kansas City will not host the country's Republican leaders in 2016. The RNC narrowed the list of possible convention sites to Dallas and Cleveland. Denver is the other eliminated city. The committee told Mayor Sly James they had concerns about a shortage of downtown hotel rooms.
Today,
IKEA is getting ahead of lawmakers with its move to increase the company's minimum wage. The store plans to announce a 17% increase later today. That means employees making $9.17 an hour now will make almost $11 starting in January. That is well above the federal minimum wage, which is $7.25. Employees at the IKEA store in Shawnee Mission are included in this raise, and that store is expected to open this fall. Car dealerships are no longer selling two Chevy models. General Motors told dealers to stop selling the 2013-2014 Chevy Cruze because of a potential airbag defect. GM is now working to figure out how many cars are affected and whether any more recalls are needed. And of course, that news coming as a lot of us are finalizing our 4th of July travel plans. AAA planning to release its holiday travel forecast later on today. Experts say it could be one of the busiest in years, even though gas prices are still rising. In fact, some experts say a gallon of unleaded could be at its highest July 4th price in 60 years. Low airfare may also be playing a role in boosting travel numbers this summer.
Well, if your plans this weekend include the opening of Varuk, you might want to keep an eye on our newscast today. Right now, the world's tallest water slide is expected to open on Sunday, but there are some problems with the slide's conveyor system. Schlitterbahn canceled media rides while they make some tweaks, and Schlitterbahn officials say they will update us today. It is a big day for soccer fans.
Yeah, large crowd expected at Power and Light today, this morning, to cheer on Team USA in the World Cup. KSHB will have a preview of those celebrations coming up at 5 a.m.
But first, Kirk Gregory shows us what is on the line when the Americans face Germany in 6.5 hours.
The U.S. men's soccer team putting a few final touches on the ball as the Americans head into their last group game of this World Cup.
We are getting better. We are getting stronger with every game that we play. You know, we build more and more the stronger foundation. We want to beat Germany. We want to be first in our group. So we're not thinking about a tie.
A tie would advance the U.S. into elimination play, but a loss, well, then it becomes more about mathematics than match play. The U.S. is definitely in the round of 16 if Ghana and Portugal tie. But if either Ghana or Portugal beat the other handily, well, the U.S. could see its hopes fade. One thing is for sure. U.S. fans in Brazil.
Everything's possible, anything's possible, but confident we're going to come out on top.
And all across the nation.
It just brings everybody together as a nation, so it's really cool.
We'll be watching this game in huge numbers.
It's different than the Super Bowl. One day, once a year. It's only once every 4 years, so the passion is there.
From coast to coast, on screens big and small. USA! Cheering on Team USA.
USA, baby!
Kirk Gregory, NBC News.
And for so many of us here in Kansas City, cheering on some of our local players as well. Right. As you can imagine, so many people around the country will not be quite as productive once the game starts at 11 o'clock.
Not so much. Or you could just get an excused absence if you want. Check out this excuse note we found on Twitter. Part of it says, we will need the full support of the nation if we're to advance to the next round. By the way, you should act like a good leader and take the day off as well. Go USA. Now, this is signed by US's head coach, Jurgen Klinsmann. And if you need to find it, I just retweeted it. So go ahead and find that on Twitter and print it out for your boss.
Yeah, it looks like it's pretty official.
Yes.
So I'm sure your boss will absolutely accept it.
Don't let the dog eat it on the way to work.
Well, there are other World Cup games today as well. Portugal playing Ghana at 11. At 3 o'clock, Algeria will play Russia, and South Korea will face Belgium. College baseball is celebrating its new champions who won the World Series, and one player's special moment after the game.
Make me wanna write a song, and it goes like.
It's a good song, isn't it? It's a big weekend for country fans. The acts joining Thomas Rhett on the Country Stampede stage tonight and this weekend.
And we'll talk about rain chances for that may impact you for heading out to the Stampede. Otherwise, here's a look at satellite radar. We are watching some showers and thunderstorms in north central Kansas pushing to the east. Will they get here? We'll talk about it.
You're watching 41 Action News today with Patrick Fazio, Zhao Zhao Shen, and your forecast with Kaylee Dion, Kansas City's weather leader. Thanks for watching 41 Action News.